My channel. Today I am going to show how to write an abstract of a research paper, and this video is very important and to those who are start writing an abstract of a research article, thesis or any dissertations. So let's go to see the video. So to complete the writing of an abstract, we have divided uh, these two parts. One is application, motivation, existing methodologies, and research gap. And all of these things, how to find from this research paper, I have already described in my previous video. You can have a look, and you will clearly understand what is the application, what is the motivation, what is the existing methodology, and what is the research gap. And the second part is important for abstract writing. This one is your ones. That means what is the proposed methodology of your work, what is the main novelty, and what is the possible outcome, and finally, is it better than the state of art methods? That means the existing solution. So let's go to now from this literature finding. That means what we already know. We can merge two marks is part. That means application with motivation, existing methodologies with research gap, and proposed methodology with your novelty, possible outcome with it is better than state. So you can easily combine this part, this specific part, and you write the sentences. That means if we can write application with motivation together, that means in two or three sentences, existing methodologies with research gap, two or three sentences, proposed methodology with novelty, two sentences, and this one is two sentences as well. So we got eight more sentence. So from the eight more sentence, a good abstract contains approximately 250 to 50 to 300 words. So it will, I think it will cover. So let's go to start with a sample example, such as today I'm going to show a topics, a convolutional neural network algorithm for tumor classification from brain MRI. So from this one, what we have, that means we already previously described this is required to us. So what we have, so from this application, so our application is tumor classification from where, from brain MRI. What is the basic motivation? Its motivations helps doctor to find tumor automatically. If we find tumor automatically, then it will help the doctor. So what is the existing methodology? As we know, we have several convolutional neural network models. So here is point to be noted. Since we have different types of neural network algorithm, so we cannot mention all algorithm in abstract. So that's why I have mentioned it several CNN methodologies. So what is the possible research gap? As you know, there are several research gap in their methodology. So since we are understanding how to write a literature, sorry, how to write an abstract, so I have mentioned here the basic research gap. That means optimizing hyperparameter. It's maybe data preprocessing, also a segmentation. There may be lacks of convolutional neural networks layer, convolutional sub layer, or some other sort of parameters. It's maybe. So what is our proposed model name? That's mean proposed model names. I have name it an hybrid networks. And what is the novelty? So I will optimizing the hyperparameter, and I will use a segmentation. That's why I have mentioned a hybrid networks. That means I will use a deep learning with optimizing hyperparameter and segmentation. So what is the possible outcomes? Accuracy approximately 95%. Is it better than state of art methods? So it may be better than. So this one is our finding. So over the work, this one is the our works. So here application, motivation, existing methodologies, and the research gap, we you will get it from the background study, and the proposed model, novelty, possible outcome, and better than state of art. It will find you from your works. So here you can mention it some sort of like application is introduction, motivation, existing methodology and research gap, proposed model is your method, novelty also is your method, possible outcome, and this one is the discussion. So this one is my findings. So from this data, how we can write an abstract. So let's show an example. So here I have writing what I have writing. So if I mention, for example, since my application is brain tumor detection, so why brain tumor is used? So brain tumor are critical neurological elements, from where MRI scanner are widely used for early detection. That means I have mentioned here the introduction part. Brain tumors are critical for neurological alignment caused by the uncontrolled cell growth in the brain or skull, often leading to death. So where MRI scanner are widely used for early detection. So it's an introduction. So here I have used what is brain tumor and why MRI. Then my point is how to write a motivation. So here, since my task is early detection, so early detection is crucial. Why? For improving patient survival rate. However, but problem is the complexity of brain tissues. As you know, the brain tissues have several size, so it's very challenges to detect the exact tumor. So this one is my introduction as well as my motivation. So next part is the existing methodology. So I have already mentioned you the several works have been presented to enable the detection of brain tumor. So to detection of brain tumor, so several algorithm has been used. It's in which precise segmentation, capturing subtle variation in the tumor morphology, and optimizing hyperparameter are the most challenging task. So this one is the most challenging task. So that's why we use a hybrid network. Since we have the challenge tumor morphology, optimizing hyperparameter, and segmentation. So we use a hybrid network by adopting thresholding segmentation, deep learning model with hyperparameters. This one is our novelty. So we proposed network, hybrid network model in which thresholding based segmentation and hyperparameter tuning model is our novelty. So then we start evaluating. We evaluated our proposed algorithm on two benchmark datasets. If you have dataset 2, 3, 4, or you have one dataset, you can mention it. So the result demonstrate what we get. The result demonstrate a highly accurate classification. That means you have used several classification accuracy metrics or accuracy parameters. If you know to this, then you will easily get this point and achieve 95.46% accuracy. Additionally, what we have compared? We have compared our model outcomes with the existing methodologies to further evaluate its effectiveness, and it shows the proposed model system outperform the existing solution all case. So here one things. So if you see, all sentence mostly are used the present tense formats, present, but existing methodologies written present perfect sentence. This one is the some author write the result section in past sentence because they already got this one. So this one is the point. So you can, but the result demonstrate, that's mean it discussion. So here if we see, first one is introduction, second one is motivation, and third one is existing method with research gap, fourth one is proposed model with novelty, and finally result, conclusion, and discussion. So this is the abstract. So what I write as a begin researcher, you can follow this format. I think it will good for you, and the reviewer will find everything from this discussion. Then what is the format we have? Actually, an abstract, what it represent? Abstract represent a brief summary of research paper, thesis, or dissertation that consciously report the aim and outcomes. It should describe the purpose of your work, methods you have used, and the conclusion you have drawn. So based on this format, and I have described explained earlier, so it's maybe very slightly vary depending on your discipline, but most common way to structure it is to use the IMRAD. Here I stand for introduction, M stand for method, R result, and D for discussion. So sometimes conclusion and discussion are combined with, and the method with novelty, introduction with research gap and motivation, and result is what you have get. I think it will help you. If you format this way, then it will looks good, and it will easy to understand the reviewer as well. So that's all for today, and thanks for watching, and thanks from research and text talks.